It's time for us to put all our theoretical knowledge on the concepts of loop structures into practice. So far in our previous classes, we have discussed in detail about the concepts of loop structures. There we have discussed in detail about the for loop, while loop and do while loop. And now we will put all those concepts into practice starting with our lab program 11. First, we will understand what is the problem statement. So what is the given program that we will try to understand. It is given that write a C program to display the multiplication table for the given number. So what it means, given number, so whatever the number that is given by the user, for that number we have to display the multiplication table. Means 2 into 1 is equal to 2. Let's assume that the user has given the integer as 2. For that he is expecting our program to display the multiplication table. Now 2 into 1 is equal to 2, that will get displayed, and after that 2 into 2 is equal to 4, 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So this is how the complete multiplication table starting from 1 to 10 will get displayed. So let's see the program first, and we will understand that. And before seeing the program, so I request you to pause this video for a while and complete the program and come back and watch the program so that you can get better understanding of the concepts. So now before going directly into the program, so a question for you: what is the loop that can be used in this program? Is it a for loop or a while loop? So you please provide that answer in the comment section. So is it a for loop or a while loop? So make a guess. So the concepts were already explained, when to use a for loop and when to use a while loop in our theoretical classes. So let's jump on to our program and let's discuss step by step. So here is our program, and we have divided this entire program into 3 steps. The first one is variable declaration. So how many variables do we need? The first question. So we need 2 variables. So what are those 2 variables? Here I have taken the names of those variables as number and I. And what type of variables? Both of them are of type integer type. Now what is the use of this number variable? This is the variable which is the number for which the multiplication has to be stored. So that number will get stored in this variable. And the next variable, second variable I. What is the use of that I variable? It acts as a loop counter variable. Means this is the number which is going to decide how many times the loop has to iterate. So that is why it is called as loop counter variable. Okay, we will understand in detail whenever the loop comes into action. So after that, the second step is user input. This is where we will provide a prompt, enter an integer to display its multiplication table. So whatever the number that is provided by the user, so for that number the multiplication table will get displayed, and where that number will get stored in a variable called number. And the next printf, this is for display purpose. For the beautiful display purpose, I have used this printf statement. So here it is multiplication table for %d, and that %d, that placeholder is for the number that is provided by the user. Means this particular multiplication table is for that number. If the user has given it as 3, multiplication table for 3 will get displayed within this printf statement. The third very important step is the logic part. So here we are using for loop. Why we are using for loop? Why not while loop? Now, is it mandatory to use only for loop? No, it is not mandatory. So please don't go into that perception that we have to use only for loop. No, it is not. You can use any of those loops. But professionally, it is good practice to use for loop. Why? Because with the for loops, what is the case when the for loops are used? Whenever you are sure that this for loop is going to iterate for these many number of times every time, then it is a good practice to use for loop. Now here the first statement in our for loop is I is equal to 1. This is what we discussed. It is the initialization part. here the value of I is getting initialized to 1, means we have to start from 1. And how many times this has to iterate? This is where the condition is checked, and this condition is stating that I less than or equal to 10, means this loop has to be iterated starting from 1 to 10, means 2 into 1. So this is where the I is used, and every time the body of the loop gets iterated, the third statement I plus plus will get executed, means the value of I will get incremented. So let's understand the printf statement that is used within this for loop. So here we are having %d into %d, a tab space is allocated, is equal to %d, and a new line, means every time the printf job is done, it will go into the cursor will move into the new line. And what are these three placeholders? So what variables will get replaced within this placeholders is, the first one is number. For example, if the user has given 2 means, so this is where the 2 will get displayed, 2 into I. So the second placeholder is for I, 2 into 1. In the first iteration, the value of I is 1. So in that case, 2 into 1 is equal to the multiplication of number into I. The third placeholder, in this place, this multiplication, the result of this multiplication will get placed. The result is number into I. In the first iteration, the value of I is 1. So number into 1, 2 into 1, which is 2. So that 2 will get placed in this %d. Try to understand this logic. In the second iteration, what happens? The value of I will get incremented. So now, is 2 less than or equal to 10? Yes, it is true. So we are going to enter into the for loop, and here the number is 2 and the value of I is 2. Try to understand that. The value of I is 2 and the multiplication value of 2 into 2. Number is 2 and I is 2. 2 into 2 is 4. So that 4 will get displayed, will get placed in that particular %d. So this is how our for loop will get iterated for 10 times starting from 1 to 10. Every time that printf statement will get printed So this is how we are avoiding the repetitive work by using the for loops. So in this case, in this lab program. So let's see the output so that you can easily understand the concept. So here is I've run this program, and it is asking enter an integer to display its multiplication table. So let's take 2. I want the multiplication for the table has to be displayed. See here. So 2 into 1 is equal to 2. 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So in the same way, 2 into 10 is equal to 10. So that is how the multiplication for 2 is getting displayed. So hope you are understanding this concept. So have you written the program in the same way? So please verify. So is there any difference between your logic and my logic? So please try to understand those in detail. So that's it for this class. We will come up with another lab program in our next class. See you in the next class.